Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. This is me farmer EnvoyXtreme. Here we are for episode 6 of the Let's Play series on Elm Creek on Farm Simulator 22. If this is you're looking for, then please stay tuned. And I see in what we did first of all was actually wrap some bells up, because I thought, yeah, we've got some grass bells, so let's wrap them up. And I thought we could wrap them up because these are the big 180cm bells, and I thought, oh, we could wrap it. No, however, if we go to, let's go to tools and show you folks. If we go to bell wrappers, I was looking at these, I thought, no, can't do it at 150. But if we cross one, we got the Anderson ones, and these can do the big bell, so 180cm round bells for this one, and this one could do 180 round bells or 240 square bells. And what's the biggest square bells we can get? Is it 240? Yeah, it's 240. So if you want to do the big bell wrapping, get the Anderson stuff. And that was a lot of finagling around. Obviously, some bits that I did edit out. Yeah, just because I was like thinking, how does it go in? It's not like a normal bell wrap where you just tow it with the tractor and yeah, no. Oh, no idea what's going on there. Oh, is it going in? Perhaps it is. Does it matter which side we put this in? Let's take the front weight off, because I did at least a weight, because obviously we had an issue where three of the bells were like sticking together. Okay, we don't get any money, because obviously we own the biogas plant. Let's turn this around and do this properly. Before we had to pick them up and put them in, but it helps if the back end's up. So if we go over here, so yeah, there we go, and that's all the silage in. And if we go to our productions tab, we got 46,000 litres of silage. So with that, we should get a bit of a bit of biogas, bit of electric charge, which we could do with, obviously, if we had an electric vehicle, but we don't. And yeah, biogas, digestate, how much should we get from that? 8, 16, 24, 48, about 14,000 litres of digestate. Obviously at the moment we can't do anything with the digestate. Obviously this was a bit of an error. Obviously looking into the biogas plant, to be honest, if you're not going to use the biogas plant for digestate to make a fertilizer spreader, then don't do it. Don't waste the 1.5 mil, folks, personally. Oh, left the weight back there. Do we need it? No, not really. So yeah, it is 23rd of October, we're running 4-day seasons, and I didn't realise in the last episode the sort of date went back from the 21st of October to, what was it, 16th or something? And that was because obviously we changed date cycles and that, so yeah. We'll keep the answers there for now, because if we do a bit more bathing today, then we can wrap those bells up. Because I really want to do that cheeky grass field at field 70. So if we pull over here for a moment, how much is that field again? Is it up? I swear when we were talking in the last episode we was looking at like 680, but now that's jumped up another 100 grand, nearly. Oof, can we mow it? Oh, no point, it's already being mowed. Ah. Well, that plan's gone out the window. Our grass field is not... Oh no, it's 71 we was looking at. Yeah, sorry folks, I thought, what's going on here? So yeah, got our grass fields over here and already ready to mow. Ours is not, but 71 is. And I'm thinking if we be a bit cheeky with this, if we go and say we don't want you, we don't want you, and let's be a, I know this is being really cheeky, increase our loan to 0.5 mil, then we can just casually buy this. And obviously with this you don't have to pick up the forage wagon and put it into the silo. I think what we'll do is just bait it and wrap it. In terms with what we've got in the used market, or do we want to get that tanker? That'd be helpful in the long run. Also there's the Class Axia 960, 920. Which configuration is it? Oh, it's a 9 equipment like at the moment. Our John Deere is 280. Our Landini is 112. We'll keep that because obviously we need that for the grapes. And our case is 189. Well, sorry, 435. If we had the money, yes, I would, but no. So initially, this episode I thought we was going to tidy things up, but no, looks like we're going to make a lot of money through silage bells. I know that's pretty much what we did in the last episode, was lots of bells and that. But yeah, so I think what we'll do now is we'll take this back to the farm. And yeah, actually, you know what? The mow can wait. The grass won't wither or anything, so yeah, let's go back to our farm and let's get things tied up. Get all the honey loaded up and that, and yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll go from there, folks. And here we are, sometimes passed a little bit, and we've got all of our stuff over here by the grass field. This field we're going to mow it, bait it, and wrap it for silage. Even though we could get one big bale of hay and straw in that, not hay and straw, hay and grass, to help feed our animals in that over the winter. Possibility, we think we'll decide on that at a later date. But yeah, we're just getting this off, and plus it wasn't that hard to get this on. Bit of a faff here and there, but I think overall it's actually not that bad. But yeah, sort of trying to experiment with some kind of like the answer. Have not used that before. New, obviously had it as a DLC with FS19. But yeah, sort of see how it is. And yes, we had that little issue at the start of the episode. Hopefully that's just a technical glitch and not a recurring problem, because I think that's how we're going to do it. I know you can drive it, so I'm guessing you sort of drive it to a bale and then it wraps it, then you just sort of dump it out, I think. Something like that on the lines, but don't know quite sure. But so yeah, we're going to get this moved out of the way, because we're going to think, should we use the case for the mowing? I suppose either tractor could do it, because obviously I think the combination of the mowers here is about 185 plus 85, so that's what, 265. John Deere's at 280, 285 horsepower, and of course the case is like 435. And even though we're on like 0%, well 100% damage or 0% wear, whatever you want to call it, we're still having no issues whatsoever. I think yeah, just a lot of things that we've done, if it was on FS19, we would notice a significant difference. But yeah, so we'll get some mowing done here, and then let's move out of the way. I think we should start moving on to the honey, the lettuce, sell that this episode. Just because obviously the honey pile's getting out of hand a bit. I think in future what we would do with the honey in that is do it onto a trailer straight away and sell it as and when. And since we're running this 4-day seasons, I don't know if that affects the honey production, like how much honey we produce. Same with the eggs, I don't know if that affects the eggs as well. Could be just me, I suppose I don't know quite sure, but yeah, we're gonna get a lot of silage from this field. If I had a guess on like rough volumes of silage in that, if I had a guess, I think like something like 20 bells, something like that, 20, 25 bells we're going to get from this field alone. I could be wrong, could be way off, could be a bit over. As well as I think we may be just a little bit off, a little bit over, but not by much. So yeah, if we're doing 8,500 litre bells, that is a lot of bales. Also, you still got some some chaff side up, not chaff. What I'm trying to say is, it's got some silage wrapped up in the silo. Also, we got that water tanker that's on for sale at the moment. I really want to get that. Also, I was sort of hoping we could have a different kind of bale loader for sale, because I know we've got different all kinds here and there. If something came up in the used market, then I'll certainly go for it. But obviously, you've got that water tanker for sale. I think that's going to be our next priority to buy. So I think we could just go and lease a bale loader, just make our lives easier. Don't have to worry about hooking up onto this little thing over here, because if you get 25 bells, of silage. I think we can fit most of that onto this little trailer, but it's going to be a massive faff. Just because I'm not good at loading bales, I'm waiting for we have a auto-load trailer mod, obviously at the time of recording, and hopefully editing this will be on Sunday. Saturday night, Sunday morning, so hopefully this episode should come out sometime on Sunday. But yeah, so hopefully next week we get some auto trailer mods. I know obviously at the time of recording this there's some announcements. I know Jim has announced he's doing a No Man's Land conversion into FS32, and even just by the loading screen, like the image you see when the map loads, you can tell it's so different from FS19, but in subtle ways. Obviously still same kind of aesthetics, chemistry of we had in FS19, but it's just slight tweaks. Sort of the building's more detailed, some of the textures look more detailed, I think, personally. But anywho, back onto the farm here. We've got some eggs here. We could sell them, I don't know, should we sell them now or should we sell them in the next episode in November? I think we'll sell them in November because that's when they're at their best. I know eggs can get up to roughly about the high 5,000–6,000 per 1,000 litres. If that's the case, that is a lot of eggs. And how's the honey looking at? Honey's not looking too bad at the moment. Yes, we could potentially wait till March, but the amount of honey we're producing so far, we can sell a bunch now and then sell the rest in February, March time. So all this honey is from when we started this series in August. Yes, we're running 3–4 day seasons here and there, so what's that, August, September, October, that's 3 months, so we're going to have the same amount of honey in February, March time, so I'm not overly worried about that. So lettuce, obviously that's another thing we could sell it now or sell it in February. I think we'll sell some now just because we need some cash to tie us over to the winter until the next harvest season. I know we've got crops to sell and make us a pretty profit. I'm thinking for all the crops I'm going to sell, we could potentially make somewhere around the 200k mark, I think. I know, yeah, here and there, 120, 150, 200k. Definitely not going to be a problem for us, but what we're going to do now is we're going to try and get this honey all sorted and sold. Obviously, the only good thing of having that mower, to us, we could get rid of it and make 20 grand from it. It's just to push the pallets out of the way. But yeah, we'll hop into the John Deere, and I think this could be a bit of an issue of, yeah, just navigation around, because it's a tight area to navigate. All the pallets aren't straight, some are tilted sideways, so obviously if we could afford it, we would have a forklift of sorts, where it's the cheap one for 37 grand, that's petrol powered or diesel powered, whatever it is, or even the electric one. I don't mind electric equipment, but yeah, I'm not sure. I would love to have it in the used market, but it's not there, so I think we'll just go and give this a whirl. Let's just see how tight the fit this is. Yeah, it's just absolutely tight. Just navigation around is going to be an issue, and we've hit a wall. Some of these shouldn't be that much of a problem. Some of them are partially filled, so could potentially move some of them by hand, but yeah, just this navigation is such a pain. But anyways, I'm going to try and get it done, and I think a lot of this I won't show on camera just because of how fiddly it is. I think, to be honest, actually a lot of this part's done in little time lapse. Certainly not when doing it live without a time lapse, because just, yeah, I think just a lot of concentration is required here, and if I can get away with it, try put like 1, 2, 3 pallets on per strip, then stack it. Hopefully it doesn't tilt over, hopefully it doesn't lag. But anyways, we're going to get this done, and I'll see you folks in a short moment. couldn't get 2 of these bee pallets just because they were stuck into the ground. I know perhaps you could do a trick with them in landscaping, but we do have 1 pallet here. What's that, half full? Well, we could put you on the trader over here. So we'll go and put you on. So it is a bit laggy, but not as bad as it can be with like the strawberries do on or bear on. Oh, there we go. Something like that would do. So yeah, we've got some honeys on. We did try stack it up neatly, but eventually just sort of tried to be too delicate, put too much on because we had way too many pallets. So what I ended up doing was hop on here. We apologise for that. We put some into the trader, so we just bundle them in, bundle the heads of the lettuce in, and the bee honey. So what we're going to do, we're going to sell the honey at one place and sell this at another. So at the moment, best price for honey is where to 283233 Johnson's Farm Market, and lettuce we'll sell that at the fast food restaurant just because. Actually, wait a minute, does honey take out the grocery mart? Where's the grocery mart tool? Is that up here? Nope. I know it's somewhere up here, but I can't remember where exactly it is. No, that's a sugar mill shop. Actually, you could take the lettuce there, sell the lettuce there, then. Yeah, we'll sell the lettuce there, because that's at a good price, 3,309. Then we take the rest of the honey up to Johnson's Farm Market, which is literally up here. So yeah, we'll take the honey first of all. So in this load we got about just over 5,000 liters. I think there's like another pallet or two that isn't quite strapped on just so where it's positioned. It's going to be a bit of a lag here, but once we sort of get out the vicinity of the other trip, it should be fine. Oof. Careful. But yeah, we should make some very good money from this. Also, this is going to be the last day to plant our wheat and barley and that, so I think what I'll do, either in this episode or next episode, get some of these fields planted with wheat. As far as I'm thinking, like doing these like smaller fields, so these 2 here to our left, and these 3 on the right. So, make sure you folks. So yeah, plan is these 5 little fields are going to be wheat. May do 1 of barley, and then the rest we'll go from there. Thinking of doing a cornfield, sorghum, and soybeans. All this depends on planting everything, because I think we've missed the planting with it for a few stuff. Missed potatoes, we've missed. You could plant sugar beets, sugar cane, cotton. Be the sorry, that's harvesting. Sorry, planting. Actually, no. After today, there's nothing else to plant till the spring. If we want to do soybeans, that's going to be planted in April. Sorghum, April. Grapes, April. Olives. Especially I'd like to expand the grape. Wait a minute, it's time to harvest grapes. Surely not. Is our grapes ready to harvest? No, they're not. So they're not going to be ready till next year. So that sucks a little bit. Can't harvest grapes this year, but just one of the things we'll wait on. So yeah, I think actually, because let's go over here and let's have a little deep dive into this. Because we got, that's our grass field. But we will have 38 once we've done and sold this. 37, 36. As well as 36, I am going to harvest those corn to make chaff for the forage harvester, because I've done a recent test of a video, and from what my test showed, that harvesting corn to make chaff at an earlier growth state does not make a significant difference. It pretty much is negligible, like a couple of litres for our. I think yeah, we'll get it sold, see where we are with money wise, because I do want to buy that water tanker at least at 23 grand, and yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, let's go and take this up to the market. So we're going to head up here quickly, and what are you doing? Well, there's a bit of a weird U-turn there. Well yeah, so we'll head up here, we'll sell these pallets. We did drop one pallet that wasn't stuck on with straps, but that was just at the junction of the highway, so hopefully when we come up with the other trader, that shouldn't be a problem at all. So in theory should make about 16-17 grand, I think. So we'll, since we know how there's two different offloading stations, go to here, and there we go, there goes our honey. So that's 16.6, 16.8, one. Why is that pan not coming off? Look, can't lift you up. There we go. So yeah, not a bad haul. So now let's go on to the next trader, which is just over here. So we're going to be a bit cheeky, because I think, you know, we won't cut across our highway. I think the pallet is somewhere off the off-ramp on the other side, so if we take our stuff to Mars and sell the lettuce. Fortunately we did lose one pallet because we accidentally had a little bump, and that pallet glitched through the ground. And as you can see, the lights are still flickering, so hopefully there's an update soon, because getting sick and tired of all the flickering and that, but that's just me to be honest. But anywho, so that's the grocery spot over there, so we've got to take a right, stop, and go. Or left indicator on, and it's somewhere in here. I'm guessing it's at the back. So yeah, just over here. Oops. Don't know why that will veer to the right. According to the dot, it's somewhere here, but I'm sure it's not like here. Oh, it is. Honey's not accepted here. Don't worry, I will not care about the honey. So that's 3 grand for the lettuce. So that's 3.6. I'll sell the rest. Come on. Yes, I know honey's not accepted here, but I still says. Is it lettuces or lettuce? We'll say lettuce, not lettuces, but I could be wrong on that. Just go and pick you up. Make about £600 or so per pallet, not too bad. Come on. There we go, just pick that up. Is there any more? Don't think so. Nope, that's all good. So now, so yeah, actually not too bad of a haul there. Now remember, this is just our passive income, basically. This is. Yes, no, we can't accept honey there. So now, back onto the highway, we'll grab the other honey pallet, and then we'll go from there. I think the honey pallet is... I think it's off the other ramp, not this ramp here to our left. I think it's one on the right. Just keep an eye out. But yeah, actually, let's go ahead and buy that tanker now. Oh, nope. Oh, got a bit swifty there. I'm sure there's a pallet here somewhere. I thought there was a pallet here. No, guess not. Anyways, let's go on to the sell point, folks. Oh no, there's our pallet. It's right here. How did it get down here? Not sure, but now I'm hoping it's not sticked through the ground, because I do not want to lose any more pallets. There we go. So now we got to go. Yeah. Nope, nope. See up here and there, but nope. Let's go and put this into the trailer here, and but yes, well, with the rest of the money we got, that'll cover us through winter, because I think once we've gone and planted everything, we will perhaps skip through like a couple of months. Not quite sure, but yeah, definitely got a few more episodes in this year, because obviously we got the sunflower to harvest eventually, we've got silage to do. Ah, that reminds me. Did we put our silage into the biogas plant? Where is it to? Don't think we did we? Or was it still in the silo? Ah, we can put our silage into the biogas plant. I completely forgot that. We still... Didn't mean to drop that. Yeah, completely for making us a good couple of grand per hour. About grand and a bit, I think. Let's fast forward time and see how much we're making here. Because we're making some really serious cash here. Some real serious cash, should I say. Because we're on 13.38, so how much are we on now? Well, we skip an hour. 13.38. Yeah, about a grand per hour, so that ain't too bad of an income. So 24 grand per day, and if we got enough silage to last us through the winter, through the 4-day seasons, that's a lot of cash. Let's say if we skip half of November, December, January, that well, perhaps we make pop back in here and there to sell our crop and that. I think yeah, December, January times perhaps best to sell all of our stuff. But anywho, we're going to sell the last bits of the honey and let's see how much we're making here. Also, we need to buy a dolly for the water tanker. There's a cheap man truck in the market. So 4 grand. Come on. Wait. Yeah, there's some downsides of using this method. I'm sure there's not a limit of how much honey we can sell. Well, these are strawberries. Fair enough. Completely forgot that we had strawberries. Okay, so that's 100 or so quid. That's honey. Why can't we sell it 1 pallet? There we go. That is a pretty good amount of change. And also what we'll do in the future with the honey now, as soon as they start spawning, we'll pop it onto the trader here. So that we don't have to mess around. So we're on 19 grand now, and let's have a look at not crop calendar, our prices. So not straw. Perhaps we could come back to the honey, I think, in February time and sell it, I think. And what else? Right, yeah, February, also sell the lettuce. Well, sorry, when's special themselves? Sorry, February as well. I think a lot of this is going to be like a big February sale, I think. Eggs, best time to sell them is now. Prices aren't good, so remember to sell the eggs, I think. And what about our other crops? So sorghum, January. Oats, January. Canola, if we're going to sell that, December. So yeah, I've got a few options to choose there, but for now that's going to be it for us, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, consider smashing that button. Feel free to comment down below. If you want to share some, please be my guest. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, then please consider. But if I choose to do, hope everyone has a nice day. But for now, this is me from our EnvoyXtreme, and I'll see you all very soon.